Hello and welcome to Talking Good Game, and tonight is the preview of Southampton versus West Ham United. 5:30 kickoff on Saturday evening. I'm Gio from Hammers Chat. I've got Ryan and Scott with me as well. Scott, what's your opinion on our opposition, Southampton?
Nice club. Love the manager. Got a good team. Got strict. Thought they were just going to fall away. They put another good squad together. I like them.
Ryan, have you got the same opinion? I mean, last season they defied all odds. People were saying relegation. They were stayed up at the top. They fell away at the end of the season. This season they're sitting just below us, 5 points below us in seventh. We're sixth. I suppose they were like Leicester City last season, if you like. What's your opinion on the Southampton, Ryan?
Exactly the same as what's been mentioned. Koeman's very, he was a class player from what I've seen on YouTube. Very good manager. Always, does talk quite some good sense. And also going along with Wenger last night, which is always a plus.
Are you jealous of their youth academy, Ryan?
No, it's what we had. What was it, about 10, 11, 12 years ago? So it's just we know how it feels for them. To get all their players come through and then lose them. Albeit they get a lot more money for them, but
Yeah, but do you not think we should have sustained our academy to that level, and we would have been producing the sort of players that Southampton have been in recent years? Granted, we've got the likes of Oxford and Cullen coming through, but it's nowhere near Gareth Bale, and I suppose they've still got Ward-Prowse in that kicking about their team.
I think it always goes through like every 10 years. A certain academy seems to have a hot streak of finding talent. Barcelona have had it for years and years, but they've been punished by FIFA through their methods of how they've done it. And I guess ourselves and Southampton haven't done that, so hence why it's every so often rather than consistently.
Yeah, very true. Scott, there's January signing, Mr. Charlie Austin, a steal at £4 million. What do you make of Charlie?
I like him. Not surprised. I thought we could have been classier the way that we handled him as a club. I didn't like the way we spoke about him. But to come out, £4 million, he's a class act, and we need goals. I went to the Liverpool game. We were talking about it before. We need goals. We need somebody that we can put in that's going to get them. He steps up against United, sticks it in the back of the net, just does the job, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he might haunt us a wee bit on Saturday. If there's one game he's going to be motivated for, it's probably against us after the summer. Ryan, is there any Southampton players that stick out for you? Are you worried about any of them? And secondly, is there any that you would have at West Ham if you were able to take them?
I'd take Ward-Prowse at West Ham. I think he's definitely a star in the making. I think Pele came off the bench against Arsenal last night, so I think that's the player to watch out for. Apparently, there's a rumour that Austin might miss the game on the weekend. He's injured. I don't know how true it is, but that's what's going around. I'm also waiting to see how Mane plays, because sometimes he's majestic and then the other times he's disappears.
Well, Scott, before we move on to our own side, just touch on Southampton there. Is this a big game for us? Because they're just below us in 5 points, Scott. If we win, that gives us an 8-point cushion on them. Do you think it's a big game in terms of just signifying what we should be aiming for this season?
I think so. I mean, you mentioned the cushion. He just put a bit of a gap between us. And they're a decent side. And these are the sides that we need to be picking up points against. But like I said, I've said it before, I like them. I do like them, but they could do a job on us.
Yeah, well, the Southampton are actually unbeaten in their last 4, winning 3 of them. They've won their last 3 at home without conceding, including a 4-0 thumping of Arsenal as well. So they are in decent nick at the minute. Well, we have only won 1 of our last 6 away games, but then saying that, we've only lost 1 of our last 6 away games as well. Scott, what's your opinion on our new striker, Emenike? Do you have an opinion of him?
I'll be up front. I know bugger all about him.
No, Ryan, do you know anything about him? Yeah, more wiser than me and Scott.
I can only give an opinion from what I've watched on YouTube.
It's more than what we've got.
He's quite pacey, quite strong. Although his accuracy is a bit like Carlton Cole, from what I've seen. Sometimes he can hit the net, and then sometimes he'll have like a one-on-one chance and he hits straight at the keeper or something. So
Well,
I don't know what to expect. Like
are,
all of us.
are you hoping to see him on Saturday, Ryan?
Yes, I think he's going to be needed because if he comes up front, then Valencia can move back out on the wing and it brings Payet more central.
Well, that's what I want to talk about, Scott. Against Aston Villa, Payet was quite wide. He gets hounded a lot out there. I don't think there's enough space for him. It's easy to mark him when he's out there because he's very restricted. Do you think it's crucial that Bilic finds a way of bringing him into the centre for this game, Scott?
I think it is. I think, like you say, he's quite easy to isolate if you put him on either side. Uh, for me, he's our best, and we build the squad around him. So put him in his best position, and then put the players around him. Otherwise, like you said, he just gets isolated, and it doesn't help us any.
So what do you think Bilic should do on Saturday to put Payet in the middle? What would you do, your Bilic?
I'd put him in the middle. There was a poll today. Who would you pick, Song or Noble again? You know my answer for that. It's Song. Just put Song in the middle. I like you. I like somebody to be able to hold. But he's creative. He's got to stay in the middle. He's got to be looking left and right and just putting balls through. Just keep creative in the middle.
Yeah, Ryan, are you confident for Saturday night then?
Um, although we won last night, I wasn't that confident considering how we started, and it needed Villa to go down to 10 before we sort of started, started playing. I mean, as I mentioned to you on Twitter last night, like with Noble, I said if I see him do one more side pass to Collins, I was going to flip my desk over, and then as soon as he starts passing forward, boom, he gets an assist. So I think someone needs to tell him like, no, just start passing more forward more because he has got the vision for it.
Well, the thing is, I think that's Noble's job to pass it sideways. I don't think he's the greatest passer in the world going forward. So he does the simple things and gives it to the more creative players. I don't see the issue with that. Before this round of fixtures that's happened midweek, Mark Noble had the fifth most successful passes in the Premier League. And when you consider the passing size, the likes of Arsenal, who just knock it about, and Manchester United, the way they pass about at the back all the time, with Schneiderlin and that, I think it's fantastic we've got a player that's in the top five with the most passes in the league. Whether it's backwards or sideways, it's not. Scott, you're wanting to comment on that. Come on then, let's hear
it. His passes go sideways or backwards 5 or 10 yards. You know, it's not a good side to his game. I agree with Ryan. When he's on his game and he starts looking forward, he can pick passes out. That's the frustrating part of him. This thing, he's this or he's that with his passing. Like I said, the 5 yards, he's looking up sometimes and he's going round in circles and it's always a side pass. Just cut it out of his game. Somebody put something on Twitter today about him being in the England squad. He's not going to get in the England squad unless he changes his game.
But the thing is, I think he does look forward. There's just no options. If you watch him, he does look up, he looks forward, he tries to go forward, but I just don't think the next part of our pitch don't come looking for the ball enough. I really don't. I don't think Kouyaté looks for the ball enough from Mark Noble. Song does, and I think them two work brilliantly together, Song and Noble. I think they're so in sync, it's unbelievable. But I think Payet's out wide, he's stuck out wide, so they cut out that channel. Antonio, I don't think comes looking for it enough, but again, he's usually out wide. Kouyaté, I don't think comes looking for the ball at all. I think Kouyaté is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he drops back to pick the ball up. What I'll say to everybody out there, I suppose, is against Southampton, if Mark Noble's got the ball, just watch his options going forward. He will look for it, and I'm going to come back to you on this one, Scott, and you're going to have to admit that Mark Noble does look up. He's just got no options. But if you at home are disagreeing or agreeing with us, let us know on YouTube or come on to our forum at hammerschat.boards.net and let us know. And remember and subscribe. I've got one more big question for these two before we jot off our screens, but hit the subscribe button while you're here. Our social media links are below, and for any team news, go on to claret&hugh.info. Ryan, you said you're quite confident. Give us your score prediction.
I fancy another 3-1 away win, but I think Southampton will score first.
Oh, that's a big prediction. That you'll get a lot of money for that one, son. Get your money on. Scott, what's your score prediction? Are you confident?
This is the lad that put a 4-0 win for us at Anfield. Gee whiz, my heart says 1-0 West Ham. My head says we're going to get spanked.
You think we're going to get our pants pulled down?
I think, yeah.
I think if we start as slowly as we have done, I think we could be in trouble. I would take a point from this game. If you offer me a point right now, I'd snatch your hand off. I'd be happy with a point. We get a point on Saturday night when we do the review. I'll be a happy chappy. I'm going to go for a narrow defeat. I think it'll be 2-1 Southampton, unfortunately. I just think we've been so slow this last few games, and I include the Villa one in that. The last 6 halves of football we've seen from West Ham hasn't been great. We've started slow. There's only been, until the Villa game in the second half, we'd only scored 1 goal in the last 5 halves of football, and that was a back pass by Newcastle. So, Ryan, you're itching to say something, I think. Let's have it.
Well, I was going to say, Forster's back for them, the goalkeeper, and apparently he was sensational last night for Southampton. So that's another, that's another string to their bow defensively. So there was good defensively last night, and their first number 1 goalkeeper's back.
Well, there you go. We'll see what they say. We've got a win for Southampton. We've got a win for West Ham, and Scott's undecided really. But anyway, come on to West Ham Forum, hammerschat.boards.net, Claret&Hugh.info for your news, and we'll be back on Saturday night with a halftime live show. So 6:15, do tune in, where we'll be discussing the first 45 minutes. Scott, Ryan, Gio, good night.